I gave my husband an ultimatum about his sister, and he chose her over me. My husband Jake and I have been married for 4 years, and until recently, everything was perfect. We both have good jobs, no kids yet, and we've been saving up to buy our first house together. But then his sister Emma started what I call her dream hopping phase. 2 years ago, Emma dropped out of college because she said traditional education wasn't for her. Instead of getting a job, she convinced Jake to start sending her money every month so she could pursue her passions. At first, it was just $200 here and there while she took a photography class. Then she decided photography was boring and needed $500 for art supplies because she was going to be a painter. 3 months later, painting wasn't fulfilling enough, so she needed $800 for a pottery wheel and kiln rental. After that came the jewelry making phase, which required $1,000 for tools and materials. The worst part was watching Jake fall for it every single time. Emma would call him crying about how this new thing was definitely her calling and how she just needed a little help to get started. She'd send him Pinterest boards of her inspiration and talk about how this time was different. Last month, she called because she wanted to start a cupcake business. Not just any cupcake business, but gourmet cupcakes with gold leaf and imported chocolate. She needed $3,000 for a commercial mixer, professional pans, and booth rental at farmers markets. I finally sat Jake down and showed him our bank statements. In 2 years, we'd given Emma over $15,000. That's $15,000 toward our house down payment gone. Every time I brought it up, Jake would say we made good money and could afford to help family. But then Emma would call again with another brilliant business idea, and Jake would transfer more money without even discussing it with me. I started feeling like I didn't have a say in our own finances. The breaking point came when Emma called last weekend wanting $5,000 to attend some intensive cooking school in California. She'd decided cupcakes were too limiting and wanted to become a celebrity chef. Jake was already reaching for his phone to check our savings balance. That's when I snapped. I told him he had to choose between funding his sister's endless fantasy careers or staying married to me. I wasn't going to watch him drain our future for someone who couldn't stick with anything for more than 6 months. Jake got furious and said I was being selfish and heartless. He kept saying Emma was family and that we had plenty of money to help her follow her dreams. I told him this wasn't about the money anymore. It was about him choosing his sister over our marriage every single time. He said I was making him pick sides and that wasn't fair. But he'd already picked sides months ago when he started hiding transfers from me and making financial decisions without including me. The fight lasted 3 hours. Jake kept saying Emma just needed support to find her path, and I kept pointing out that she'd never finished a single thing she'd started. He accused me of being jealous of his family, and I accused him of being manipulated by his sister. Finally, I told him straight up that if he sent Emma that $5,000, I was filing for divorce. He stared at me for a long time, then said he couldn't abandon his sister when she needed him most. He sent her the money the next morning. I called a divorce lawyer that afternoon. Now Jake's acting like I'm the villain for not supporting family, but I realized something important. I was never going to be his priority as long as Emma kept calling with new dreams to fund.